the New 80's Revolution with Jason Nupp, a one-and-all show full of fun where anything can and does happen. Pickups, fan mail, toy reviews, camping with the New 80's Revolution Jr. Whatever the heck else does not fit into a specific category, Jason covers it right here, folks. And now, the host of the New 80's Revolution, Jason Nupp.
What's up, guys? Jason up with the New 80's Revolution down here in the cave for a video that I have been excited about. I've been thinking about for a little while. I just randomly checked on some of my old videos and checked the dates on them. And I found out that in October 6th, 2021, which is, I don't know, what, 4 months away or so, will be 5 months, will be my 5-year anniversary here on YouTube. So we're at 4.5 years. 4.5 years I've been on the tube, hanging out with you guys. And I wanted to come on and do a little retrospective video for you. And talk about how this all started. How this all came to be. We'll look at some interesting moments from the channel's history. We'll talk about the channel's history. And of course we're celebrating with a beer. I drank a beer on my second video because I was going to do beer reviews. And that's my lowest. That's the lowest amount of views any of my videos have. It's my second ever video, and I reviewed a beer called Pretzel Wheat from Shock Top, which is actually incredible tasting beer. It actually tastes like pretzels. But anyway, how this all began, this journey, and first of all, boy, you still hear the kids running around upstairs, which is crazy. Yeah, the kids have been running upstairs in my videos for 4.5 years, and they still are. This channel, I think as of today, has like 2,422 subscribers. And this channel it used to make me about $19 or $20 a month. But with the more frequent videos, the daily videos, the semi-daily videos, the channel is bringing in about $80, $85 a month. And YouTube pays out in $100 increments. So what I ultimately wanted to get to the $100 a month level where I would get $100 every month. But as it sits now, I'm still around 80, 85. Sometimes I get to 90. And that still results in a payout every 2 months. But it's usually $150, $160, $180 payment. Which is cool because I just go on eBay like that day and buy something. But anyway, the channel has grown at the pace that I wanted it to. I was never intending to be JoJo Siwa and have the channel, explode into $1 million empire, because it's a niche channel. It's the 80s, and so it's going to attract people who are into the same stuff that I'm into, and the benefit of that has been friendships, has been getting to know people rather than being some gigantic YouTube celebrity and having somebody else basically run the channel for me. I've gotten to talk to many of you, and it's resulted in friendships that hopefully grow into offline friendships as well. But we'll talk about that. So how did it all start? Back before self-employment, I worked for a place that I had downtime. I had, patients would cancel or I was only required to fill 5 hours a day of contact hours. And so I had a lot of time. and I would explore YouTube at work. And back then I had started the NES collection, and I was watching videos of people going into Goodwill stores and finding Nintendo games. Or whatever. Basically a lot of Goodwill shopping haul videos. And believe it or not, 4.5 years ago, I started a Blu-ray collection. I didn't have any Blu-rays. I didn't have a Blu-ray player. And so I started buying Blu-rays 4.5 years ago. And so I would watch Blu-ray collecting videos as well. And that's how it all started, I think. So if you notice early in the channel's history, and you can go watch all these old videos. You just click on, when you're on my page, you just click on videos. And then you can sort them by date. You can sort them by earliest or latest. And if you sort them by earliest, you'll see video number 1, which we'll talk about in a minute. But if you notice in some of the earlier videos, I show off some Blu-ray pickups because, that's kind of how this all started, was watching guys go. There's a couple of YouTubers, pretty popular for different reasons, for cringy reasons, as they say, but pretty popular, who would just go out to stores every Tuesday and show you what Blu-rays were coming out. And I don't know, I was collecting Blu-rays, and I was collecting TV box sets of TV shows, and so I was watching all those guys. And then I decided to start my own, and it resulted in the most cheeseball video ever. My first video ever was me being extremely cool and smooth, and my kids have watched it and made fun of me relentlessly, because my opening line in my first video is, "Hey YouTube, you don't know me, but I know you." Check that out right here. "Hey YouTube, this is 80's Revolution. You don't know me, but I know a lot of you. I've seen a lot of your videos. And this is my very first YouTube video." Yeah. How about that? How about Mr. Smooth? "Hey YouTube." Okay. So that's how it all began. And I did some toy room tours. And so it's cool to look at those old videos and see the room the way it has looked. This room has morphed into many different stages. And it's gone through lots of different renovations. So that's basically how it started. And then my most popular videos, I think the videos that attracted many of you early on. In fact, one of my so after I did the toy room tour, I think I did that in like 3 or 4 parts. The next big thing I did was the LJN figures, and I would do them series by series, and I would talk about each figure and their history as a wrestler and blah blah blah. And I think that's where I got the majority of you hooked in. And those videos have like 13,000 views, which, in comparison to the others is pretty huge. So that's how it all began, was the LJN videos, the LJN figure reviews. And that, of course, went on to the AWA Remco figures and the Galoob figures and the Hasbros at the time that I had. I don't have the Hasbros anymore. I sold them. And I did ECW figure reviews, which I also sold. And that was where we began, was talking about the LJNs. Very cool. And then the subscriber count started going up. And people started reaching out to me to talk to me. And so we started, I started lots of different conversations with people through Facebook and through Instant Messenger. And one guy actually Googled me and found my cell phone number and started communicating with me that way. Yeah, how creepy is that? No, that's my buddy. That's my pal. But anyway, that's when I started realizing that I was having a good time and I was doing exactly what I wanted to do, was talk to like-minded people and share stories and create an environment, create a group, an atmosphere that was really just dedicated to our pasts and our childhoods. And once people started reaching out to me and talking to me off of YouTube and that's when I was satisfied the most, because that's why I started the channel, was to communicate with people, was to develop friendships with people, and hopefully eventually hang out with people who are like-minded. Because I don't know about you guys, like, as an adult, I don't have time for friendships. I've had friends as an adult. I had a best friend that I was very, very close with, but things change, and you go your separate ways. So as I sit here today as a 45-year-old adult, I don't have many friends. I'm on a bowling league with a guy and a couple of guys, and the kids, they have friends, and we're friends with their parents, so we get together every so often. But I don't get to be me with those guys. One of them's like 30. So I don't get to be me with them, but I get to be me with you guys, and that's why I was so thrilled with the channel, because it brought me friendships. But and then it also brought me stuff, which was unexpected. But I knew that this is kind of what happens sometimes because some of the guys that I would watch would get like fan mail, right? They'd get viewer mail and packages sent to them, and I was like, that's not going to happen. And then it did. It started happening. Like, you guys felt the need to contribute to this collection, and you haven't stopped. I mean, I still get people telling me that they want to send me stuff, and it's always an overwhelming, humbling, emotional experience to have that happen. I mean, it blows me away every single time it happens. People are sending people were sending my kids stuff, which is just crazy, crazy awesome, but unexpected. And again, that was another stage of the channel where I knew, like, wow, this is something special. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with this, and so many of you have contributed to this collection. I can't name. I didn't do any prep work for this, so I don't do any prep work for any of my videos, but I can't name you. I can't name all of you who have contributed. G.I. Joe Ron is hugely responsible for he's bigly responsible for the G.I. Joe collection. My man Upstate Johnny, just awesome contributor to the cave. So many of you. Joe Smith, the first guy that sent me anything, Joker. I always get his number wrong, but it's like Joker 64 or like Joker 64, Joker 68. He was the first guy that sent me stuff. My man Michael P, who I think is 80's Rewind the Times 90's in the comment section. Bobby Campbell. My kids were rocking his gym gear, his kickboxing club, his gear. He runs a kickboxing academy. They were rocking his sweatshirts all the time. He would send them over for Christmas. I mean, just incredible stuff from you guys, and that was a lot of fun. And the comments, the comments, being responsive. Andy Thompson, my man Andy Thompson, who always gets giggly when I mention him on the channel. All these guys that were telling me, because of you, I've gone into debt. Because of you, I've spent money. I've bought, and I love that. Guys would restart their toy collections. Guys would dive back into their childhood, all because of watching this channel. And that's the best, for that to have happened. I've only met a few of you, and again, that was another stage of the channel where I knew, like, I was reaching out to people, I was touching people. It's so silly to say, but going to Comic-Cons, as much as I used to back in the when we had a planet that was functioning, people would come up to me and say, "Hey, I just saw your channel. I subscribed to you," and that would be like this lame celebrity moment for me. Like my head was like, I would call home and be like, somebody just said they knew me, and God, so silly but awesome. I remember I was at Chiller in New Jersey, and I was sitting at the bar, and somebody came up to me and said, "I can't believe I'm standing right next to you." It's like, yeah, don't talk to me, I'm drinking. Oh, man, the best. That's been the best. So that was fun, And then, I don't know, we've gone through changes on the channel. We've had co-hosts, which I joke about and talk badly about. But the Cohost Adventure was actually pretty cool. The former co-host, reached out to me and wanted to do some stuff together, and he brought a lot to the channel. Like, we had a lot of fun. And those videos are still up. I never took them down. I'm getting copyright hits on some of them because of the music I'm apparently not allowed to use anymore. Thank you very much. But go back and watch them. They were fun. We had a lot of fun. They were long. They were like 2 hours long. But they were a lot of fun, and there was a lot of talent brought to the channel from my former partner, my former co-host, my former friend. So we had fun with that, and that changed this whole room. Wow, I can't believe, I still don't know how we did it, but we moved everything that's over there. We moved it over here and built like a studio, built a set, not a studio. We built a set over there with a couch, and we put up paneling, and we had the TV in the corner. I mean, it was like this, we wanted to create an 80s living room, which we did. And it looked cool for the episodes that we did. We did a handful, probably like 10 or 12 episodes where we worked together. And that was fun. And then it ended, and then I went right back to what I've been doing, just hanging out with you guys, talking about stuff. And, since then I was asked to, come on and do like a weekly like podcast show with a guy. And that went okay for a while, and then that got to be too much, and so I got out of that. But proudly, because of those two situations, I've been called the most difficult person to work with. Yeah. I both of those guys said I was very, very hard to work with. A diva, I was once called. So we keep it solo. And we're going along. The channel has morphed from different show ideas. Like, I'm always coming up with different ideas. When the channel began, there was no interest in G.I. Joes. Boom. And now we've got, 1983, 1984, 1985 figures. Complete. Done. Not a missing figure. No missing figures. Done. Working on 1986. That was never in the plans. That was never part of my thing. You've seen me have different interests. You've seen me bring electronics into this room. The Zenith, you saw the birth of the Zenith System 3. You've seen it all here on the channel. You've seen my kids. You've met my kids. And a lot of people are like, wow, I don't know how you expose your kids like that. I'm not exposing them. They're kids. They're hanging out. They say a bunch of things and then they go and that's it. It's never been negative. You've met Liam. You met Liam. In fact, one of his first videos. So there's two birds that I'm going to kill with a stone here, which sounds barbaric, but there's two things I want to show you here in this next clip. I have always changed my face. I've always changed my look. I've always changed my hair. I've always had, ever since I was like 16, I've always been changing stuff. And it we didn't disappoint on the channel. So in this next clip, take a look at the hair. This was the longest that my hair has ever been. It's kind of like my greasy, I don't know, what do you call it? Is that like soul glow? Do I got the curl going with this hair? There's the hair. Notice the hair. And then there's little Liam. I don't know, he's probably like 5 in this video. My little guy, who's 9 now. And when I watch this next clip, I'm actually sad, because, he's got his little kid voice and his little lisp and speech impediment. And he's just a tiny little turd in this video. Check it out. But check out the hair.
Hey guys, welcome back with another video.
Yeah, what he said. Back here, 80's Revolution, and a special guest of mine, 80's Revolution Jr., is on the show tonight for a very special purpose.
Here's my root beer that he got for me.
Cheers.
Yeah. Little different. But what I'm doing is, at 45, I've got it ready to grow from the top again. So we're keeping the side shaved, and we're gonna do it one more time. One more time, we're gonna try to go for the long, greasy, wet, gross wrestler hair look. One more time. The beard has been a different stages, and in this next video, the beard is the longest it's ever been. Man, take a look at this bushy, just big gross beard. And by the way, the hair is pulled back into a man bun, if you will. Take a look at this.
We got 100. We got 100 subscribers, people. The 80's Revolution has 100 subscribers, and that is awesome. I am thrilled, beyond thrilled, to get 100 subscribers. When I started this,
Wild stuff. I'm gonna bring that back too. I think we're just gonna go hairy and unkempt going forward. Why not? So where are we today with the channel? Well, I'm the most comfortable with the channel that I've ever been. I'm the most happy with the show lineup. We've brought the Whatever Happened To, which was just an absolute fluke. It was a whim. It was something that I just wanted to talk about one day, and it turned into dailies. Back in the day, you'd have to wait maybe 2-3 weeks for a new 80's Revolution update, but now we're sticking around daily or every 2 days, every 3 days. That's going to be where it's at going forward. We've got the Saturday morning super show, which will continue. We've got the vintage horror night down here with the Zenith System 3. That will continue. There will always be new additions to this room. The G.I. Joe collecting is half the battle will be here. And that's another quick thing that I want to thank. Collecting is half the battle, the intro, the outro. All of my intros now, all of my show intros are done by a guy named Smash Ventura. And again, just a generous, loving donation to the channel. And you know, awesome. He's responsible for all those fun little intros. My man Tom Strickland, let me get you up here. My man Tom Strickland is responsible for the logos, for the T-shirts, the New 80s Revolution G.I. Joe style T-shirt. We have a generic channel. We have a generic New 80s Revolution channel T-shirt that's on. These are all on TeePublic. There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles style T-shirt, New 80s Revolution in TMNT font. There's a Collecting is Half the Battle T-shirt out there. It's all on TeePublic. I never push it because it gets me $4 a T-shirt. It's not a big deal, you know. But if you want to rock some gear like this New 80s, there's also a New 80s Revolution WrestleMania T-shirt that looks amazing on WrestleMania font. If you want them, go on TeePublic, teepublic.com. Type in the New 80s Revolution and you know, buy some shirts. I get $4 per shirt, which is kind of crazy because they're like $30 after shipping and tax and all that crap, and I get $4 from good old TeePublic. But basically, I made them so that I could buy them myself. So I have all my T-shirts. I just, you know, that's why that TeePublic thing exists. I think I've made probably $40 off of TeePublic since it began. So I want to thank, you know, those guys, Smash Ventura, Tom Strickland, all the guys that have contributed to the channel. The youngins, Bill Elston. Little Bill Elston was like a 12-year-old kid when he started watching this channel. My man Chase Party was young, 12, 13. Just little fans of the 80s. And they started hanging out with me at 12, 13 years old. And they're still with us. You know, they're still popping in. And so that was always cool to get the younger generation. But what else? That's about it. I mean, we're onward and upward. We're doing all the shows. You know, we're gonna keep doing our thing. And you know, G.I. Joe Ron, I've met and hung out with. Upstate Johnny, we're definitely gonna get together soon. You know, hopefully we'll be catching each other at RetroCon. You know, when I'm going to go to a convention, when I know that it's locked in, Chiller is in October, RetroCon is in September, the Steel City Con is in June and August. They're going to do 2 shows in the summer. If those keep going, if those actually happen, and there's no like mask in photo requirements, I'm going, and I'll let y'all know, and you know, hopefully we can meet up. And maybe down the road, if we get a little bigger, or maybe not, if we just stay the size we are, maybe sometime when the world clears up, we can have like an East Coast get together. You know, we'll rent a few hotel rooms, maybe a hotel ballroom or something, and just kind of hang. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Whatever, we'll see. But it's been something that's kept me going, man. I mean, this channel has, and hanging out with you guys has made me happy and given me a hobby beyond my hobby, right? It's taken my hobby and it's turned it into something huge. Huge for me. Not huge in comparison, but huge to me. And I think about you guys all the time. You know, I think about coming down here and making videos and, you know, everything. And I've even got, you know, my 9-year-old Liam is like, oh, you know, like he'll get his little camera set up and he'll record himself playing WWE 2K, and he'll be like, oh, we should put this on the channel. And you know, yeah. So, you know, he's all into it, and I don't know. It's been a lot of fun to come down and reminisce, especially with the whatever happened tos, you know, to come down and reminisce about days gone by. It's bittersweet, actually. to talk about the old sleepovers and to talk about, the video stores and just all that stuff. But anyway, another thing that you've noticed about me is that I can ramble for hours if you'll let me. So we'll stop it here. Onward and upward, guys. We continue going and continue having fun on the channel, and we'll just do everything that you guys are used to. And hello to new subscribers, and hello to old subscribers, and thanks to every single one of you who have given me the motivation to continue doing this. I'm only doing it because you like it. And I like it. But I like it more because you like it. And you guys are the only reason I'm doing this, to keep it going. If you didn't watch it and care and comment as much as you do, I wouldn't have a reason to do it. So let's keep going. Thank you all for hanging out with me and over the years and contributing to the channel and being my friends. And that's that. So we'll return this week with regularly scheduled programming. I'm going to go up and make dinner for the family now, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. A good night now.